Good morning. Welcome to Ramblings with Joe. Today's topic is a complete unknown because, well, it's Ramblings with Joe. Anyway, yesterday was Monday, today's Tuesday. I had a pretty good day yesterday. I had a very busy day. Everything kind of, it's one of those days where everything kind of falls right into place and you just kind of click right through everything. There's no struggle anywhere. And, oh, I there's this one part of my route that's it is very well to do. To put it bluntly, it is a homeowners association that is full of mansions. And yesterday I had a few stops in there, and I made my stops, and everybody's usually very pleasant. Um, I mean, actually, usually there's nobody there. I usually just kind of do my job and make my deliveries to empty houses. Everybody's off at work. Anyway, I thought I had 4 stops in there, and I only had 3. The fourth one was across the main thoroughfare of this particular town, and in a upper middle class. Let's say it like that, upper middle class. These people are not hurting. They still need their jobs. So I had a delivery there, and I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I made my delivery, and I noticed that the guy had 2 pallets sitting there. And I asked the guy, I said, you want me to take those 2 pallets for you? He said, do you think they're worth anything? I said, oh, no, you can keep them. I don't care. He was very nice. He said, oh, no, if you'll take them off my hands, please take them. You know, we kind of use pallets. We recycle them. Up north, you guys might know these as skids. Anyway, we kind of recycle them and use them for other product. So, indeed, I took them. They were oversized pallets. They were too long, and usually people have a little bit of a problem getting rid of pallets. I'm not going to pay anybody for pallets. I pick them up and deliver them every day. Anyway, when all was said and done, the guy tipped me. Now, this is the process I use when someone tips me. I tell them they don't need to do that. I'm paid well. I do what I'm doing, and my company treats me fair. And 99 times out of 100, they still tip me. Anyway, this guy still tipped me. Well, from that stop to the next stop, I lost the tip. So it's when you get a tip from somebody, you don't look at the money. You just pocket it. It's very awkward for me, and I don't want to make it awkward for the customer. I've never. This is the only job I've ever had where people tip, and it's new to me. And I understand that people are trying to show their gratitude for the job that I'm doing, but it's awkward. Now, there is something that we anybody that's done my route and goes into this particular HOA has noticed, and that is people inside that extremely well-to-do neighborhood, they never tip. That's not true. They do tip once in a great while, and it's usually the people that have. You get the feeling that they earned what they have. I would be perfectly okay without getting tips. It would not bother me one iota. It's an awkward situation for me. I like to deliver my products, have a nice interaction with the people, and then haul butt. That's what they're paying me to do. Well, So I lost that tip. I shoved it down in my pocket. Once the ritual of you don't have to tip me, yes, but I want to tip you is over, I make the money disappear so the awkwardness does not hang in the air. I don't even know if that is the proper technique or etiquette. I have no clue. I know that, like I said, it's awkward. I mean, I even feel awkward talking about it now. So that makes me think I should talk about it. That's who I am. I think if something is amiss, let's talk about it. So I thought I'd talk about that today. I'm trying not to tap on the table. I know you guys are hearing it, but it is what it is. I'm not a professional here. I'm just a trucker with a microphone. Anyway, I lost the tip. I'm sure it's in the tractor somewhere. I'll have to do a thorough search of it. I don't like having that kind of thing. Well, number one, when I get home, I immediately give my wife the tips. That makes me feel better. And I know that she has the money that she contributes to charities. Hi you. Anyway, the ability, I find a lot of joy when someone tips me. I don't care about the money. It's usually not that much money anyway. But I find a lot of joy when someone tips me. And it's because, you know what? I'm not sure why. I know it's not the money. I'm not keeping the money. I'm giving it to the wife. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the recognition. Maybe it's, I'll have to look deeper into myself to figure that out. Anyway, there's that. Recently celebrated a birthday. Now, I've talked about being in the Church of I Don't Know a couple times here, and doesn't mean I'm a non-believer. I'm definitely a believer. I have been to many, many churches in my life, and I want to say I felt at home in a few. Look, I could walk into a Catholic church tomorrow and feel at home. Their processes and rituals and the way they do their mass is very familiar, and I think that familiarity brings us comfort. I mean, I've done this podcast. This will be the 116th podcast. And I am more and more familiar with the equipment. I am definitely familiar with my house. And this is the most comfortable spot for me to do it. I have an office upstairs that I could set up to do this, and I wouldn't have to move the equipment in and out every morning. But I'm familiar with this setting. And although it has problems, this is the setting I'm familiar with, and I like it. Church is the same way. The more you go, the more familiar you are with it, the more comfortable you become. So I could walk into a Catholic church tomorrow and be very comfortable to me. I know when to stand, I know when to sit, I know when to kneel, I know, to bless myself as I go through the front door. This is something that is alien to many Protestants, and they're not familiar with it, and they don't understand it. Meanwhile, I have been to many Protestant churches, and initially, upon going to those churches, I felt awkward, and I wasn't sure when to stand and it turns out mostly don't. When you're standing up, it's because you're leaving. Anyway, I think familiarity can give a person the false sense of truthfulness, of acceptance. And I think we need to be careful with that in life. Not exactly sure where I was going. I kind of rambled myself into a corner here. It's delicious coffee this morning. This is just Starbucks. Um, oh, last night as I was winding down in bed, I was doing the wrong thing. I was looking at my phone. Ubora is on the way. They have a subscription plan. And as much as I enjoy Black Rifle coffee, we're going to pause them for a bit. And we'll go back to Black Rifle, but Ubora is on the way. I'm not sure if it's Ubora. I know it's Rhonda, and it's coming. But this is simple Starbucks coffee, morning blend. It's very good. It's very good. I like it. I almost bought a 5-pound bag of coffee. And instead of doing that, I purchased the 12 ounce. I think it was 12. Anyway, I purchased the medium-sized bag. There's a matter of freshness, and I want to be able to have the freshest coffee I can get my hands on, especially if I'm paying the price I'm paying there. It's not a lot more than Black Rifle, but it's slightly more. And it's local. That's important to me, too. Anyway, I had a birthday a while ago. I remembered where I was going. Did you see a light bulb go off? I had a birthday a while ago. And my wife is notorious for giving me late gifts. She doesn't have to give me a gift. She is my gift. I know that sounds corny and mushy, but that's I'm so tickled that she's in my life still. Anyway, she gave me a life gift. And true to the church of I don't know, and true to the world we live in, she gave me a religious gift. It's called the Traveler's Prayer, and it's in Hebrew, and it is a pendant. So, you want to come down here, girl? Come on. There you go. Let me back up a little bit for you. It's a pendant. And so now when I leave the house, I'm wearing a St. Christopher medal, a Catholic medal, and I am wearing a Jewish pendant with Hebrew on it. And I think it's appropriate for being in the church of I don't know. I am not trying to cover the bases. That is far from what I'm doing. What I am wearing are keepsakes that people have given me. And those keepsakes, well, they mean the world to me. So I have my St. Christopher medal. That's right there. Oh, I forgot about my beard. Still getting used to having that. That's my St. Christopher. And then I have this little scroll that I wear now. And it is, again, they are keepsakes. That doesn't mean they don't mean something to me. They mean a lot to me. And my wife was worried that what she got me was not going to be appreciated. And of course, me being me, I teased her a little bit about it, but it does mean the world to me. It's very touching because when it is literally in this case the spirit of the gift. When you read the Traveler's Prayer, there's a little spot in the Traveler's Prayer that says, and if you're coming back, add my return, pray for my return. And that is the part that kind of touched my heart in the prayer. I know I know. I'm a mushy old fool, but when you get to be my age, you get to be mushy, and you definitely get to be old. And I've always been foolish. I think I'm going to wrap it up there today. Had a boring story for beginning, had a boring story in the middle, and had a mushy story at the end. I think that's a pretty good lineup for the day. Cat wants some attention also, so I suppose we'll be giving the cat some attention here shortly. Anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. We are sneaking up. We are sneaking up on the weekend. But don't give away your time. And don't wish away your time. I wish it was Friday. No. It's Tuesday. Let's grab Tuesday by the short hairs and have a good Tuesday. Let's kick it right square in the teeth and make it happen the way we want to make it happen. Don't wish away your time. Every minute's a blessing. Every minute is a gift that we are given to do with what we want. So, I hope that today you go out and you do with your minutes exactly what you want. And I hope you find peace, love, and dream. Until next time, ciao.